Aniruddha, then Hemavati.
Yeah, Jayakumar, just one. I got stuck here, I think. So, Hiranyagarbha Shakti should be Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti. Correct. So, Ichha Shakti belongs to?
No, you can't separate the Shaktis like that. You
Okay.
cannot separate. Where there is Jnana Shakti, there has to be Ichha Shakti. Where there is Ichha Shakti, there has to be Jnana Shakti. Really speaking,
Yeah,
you can't separate.
right. So he's, Adhishthit and all that, but, Hiranyagarbha, that beautifully described here. And I got that Vijñānavan and Kriyavan clearly are the two things he does. So I was wanting to place Ichha. Where would Ichha be?
Within brackets, put Ichha also.
Okay.
Because if you say Hiranyagarbha does not have Ichha, then what about people like us? Do we have Ichha or not? So from a guy who has no Ichha, we can't get Ichha. Look at the logic. Correct? See, logic is suppose Hiranyagarbha does not have Ichha Shakti. Then over. Then finished. Then the human being is not possible. With a free will, with Ichha and all, not possible at all. Therefore, Hiranyagarbha should have that same Shakti that is there in the manifest also. All Shakti Trayam must be there in Hiranyagarbha.
Okay.
Like the Sanaga Sanadi didn't have the Ichha to go on, so they stopped it and he had to again another set.
So Ichha is not there means then it will be a world full of human beings with no free will. And if no free will is there, then it's only karma, exhaustion.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of world.
Yes.
I won't say it doesn't exist, but it's a different kind of world.
Yes. Only Ichha. Yeah, correct. Maybe animals are that. Who knows? It doesn't matter. We don't have to go there. Another thing which probably struck me, I'm just sharing. Right, wrong, we don't have to worry about it. So when we say Karan Sharira, is what gives me upon waking up that I am whatever. So, I mean, we unfortunately hear about people with Alzheimer's and all that. So their Karan Sharira somehow is impacted. Let's put it this way. Nobody knows what the thing behind it is, but they have no faculty of Karan Sharira to follow. Something like that.
That's not the way to put it though. What we'll say is, all the mind is a thing and the body is all objects and every entity is subject to dysfunction.
Correct.
Every entity is subject to dysfunction. Dysfunction is always possible. For anything. Mind also dysfunction is possible. And so I'd rather say Karma Sharira has the capacity, but it's not able to manifest because of some dysfunction in that particular either sukshma entity or sthula entity. Like eyesight. Look at this. Eyesight is there. It's constantly being corrected. Sometimes they will correct it. They require some intervention to correct the sight intervention. That means what? The potential to see is there. The doctors see a potential. No, I think we can fix your problem. Means what? Karana Sharira is unaffected.
Yes. Here it is.
There is something. The expression of that sight is not possible, but I know I have a way to fix it. It's advanced technology, but we will fix it for you. That means what? Hey, I will make it possible for that sukshma to manifest itself. So I won't come to the conclusion that Karana Sharira is affected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay, Hemaji.
Guruji, this word, Srishti Sthiti Samhara Shakti Vijñānavattayā. That what is that word? Vijñānavattā is the word, is it? What is that?
There it is it double ta in your thing?
Yeah. It is there.
Wait, Vijñānavattayā. Correct. So Vijñānavatt. So by that, Vijñānavatt means one who possesses. Like Bhagavat, Bhagavan. One who has Bhaga is called Bhagavan.
Okay, okay.
That vat, it is that kind of vat. There are many vats, okay? Vatups, many are there. This is one of the vats.
Okay. Actually, my name
One
also
of
is
the,
Hemamasyaha asti iti Hemavati. That Vati, but the same.
correct. That vat, correct. You got it.
Okay,
You
okay,
got it.
okay.
Got it. You got it.
Something. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Vat. So it's for others, for the benefit of others, that vat suffix means possessing. That which possesses Shakti and Vijnana is called Vijñānavattā or Vijñānavan in Pullingam and Vijñānavati in Strilingam. So vijñānavattayā. Vijñānavattayā means by that thing that possesses this Shakti and Vijnana.
In Tridiya?
Yeah, it's a Tritiya. All right. Vaidyaji. Good example. Hemavati is a good example. Hemavan, Hemavati. Pullingam, Strilingam. Yeah.
Yeah, like Bhagwan and Bhagavati.
Correct. See, when you
Yes.
enjoy, look at how we can enjoy the language now. When you begin
Yes.
to know a little bit, bits and pieces, is slowly fading away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me,
So
Vaidya.
then, so this simple question here: why does it in this first tasmāt, pranāt, mana ākhyam, saṅkalpa, vikalpa, samshaya, nirnayādi, and then ātmakaḥ abhijayate? What is that ātmakaḥ?
Yeah, ātmakaḥ. It's whose Atma is of this nature. Means what? So, whose essence, whose nature? Here, Atma means nature. So, that, where is that thing coming? So, yeah. Yeah, there it is. Where exactly is it now? From this book, it's the wrong place to look at. I think it is.
After prana.
After prana. Okay, good. Yeah. So, Atmakam. So, Avidyatmakam. Sorry, Avidya, Kama, Karma, Bhuta, Samudaya, Bijankura. And then, where is it, Atmaka? I am not getting it.
Next, after that.
After that.
You're muted.
Tasmāt pranāt manaham mana
Got
ākhyam.
it. Now I got it. Okay. Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Samshaya, Nirnayatmakam. Means what? That Manaha, whose essence is Sankalpa, Vikalpa, whose nature is Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Samshaya, Nirnaya, etc. That is the meaning of the word Atma. Atma means essence. Whose nature is? Or Bhuta. Sometimes Shankara will use the word Bhuta. It was said earlier also. So earlier the word Bhuta is there. Look at that previous sentence. Avidya, Kama, Karma, Bhuta, Samudaya. That also means the same thing. Bhuta. That group which is characterized by, whose nature is Avidya, Kama, Karma. So Atma here means that, like that. Whose essence is. That's the Sanskrit language.
Yeah, thank you, Jayakumar. Very clear.
Yeah, Mahesh ji, then Dheeraj.
In the previous, before that, Annāt Pranaha, I mean, here we say this, that sentence starts with the tataḥ cha, right? Tataḥ cha avyagrata. So my question is, you can use tasmāt cha, right?
Yeah, you can say tasmāt. Tasmāt also is fine.
I know many places they use tataḥ. Is there? I don't. Not many places I see tasmāt. Like but of course, next sentence they use tasmāt. In the next sentence on manaha, he used tasmāt. But so both are same, right?
It's identical. Synonyms.
So another question is, when you were saying about when we are in sushupti, only involuntary functions in the body are working. and both manas and buddhi are, so to say, you said unmanifest. Good. Can we say like unmanifest and manifest, like dormant and alive becomes?
Yeah, I suppose you can say dormant. I suppose you can say that. It means the same thing. Finally, it means the same thing.
Yeah, it basically
Dormant.
becomes.
Sometimes, they say when a gene is repressed. In gene language, they use the word repressed, I think. I think that word is repressed.
Gene expression.
Means,
Expression.
yeah, expression, it is repressed, and that repressed function is expressed.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's what the language is. So repressed. Repressed means potentially it is there. We don't know when this gene function will manifest. Like that. Correct.
Yeah, so like seed also is in a plant in a dormant state. I mean, in botany they say that plant. I mean, not in a regular language, not in a botanical sense. They say plant in a dormant state is seed.
That's fine. That's fine, Mahesh. You can say dormant.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Dheeraj, then Ramesh ji, and then Ramu ji.
Namaste, Guruji. So when we were saying the word jagat sādhāraṇa, so that is also referring to Hiranyagarbha. So why are we calling it sadharan? Because sadharana means like common, usual, but this is a special being we are talking about. So why do we call it sadharan here?
But he's a special guy who is the common cause for everybody.
Okay.
He's special and we all belong to him. Therefore, he's Jagat Sadharana. He's a common cause for everybody.
Okay. And what is anuṣaṅgaḥ?
And Sadharana, because the specificity is going to come shortly, and therefore the word Sadharana gains significance. Samashṭi, and so gains significance. In that sense, it is Sadharana.
Okay. Basically,
Before the differentiation happens, before Vyashṭi begins, therefore is called Sadharana from that perspective.
So, like, can we say like this is the one common entity in all living beings? So it's the Sadharana because it's there in all, or it's the source of all.
It's the source, common source of all. Because Brahmaji is now ready to create. I remember my grandparents, my grandmother used to tell me stories about how Brahmaji creates. You want me to tell you that? So it seems he was sitting, and then his hands are all behind him, it seems. And then he's making people and all that. So I don't know why his hands are behind him. This is how I remember it. And then he's making people. And then sometimes people don't have hands or legs. Means it's because Brahmaji is creating, and he can't see everything. And so something like that my grandmother told me. So he's a common cause. He's a common cause. And of course, Brahmaji is not random. Now we understand that. Not a random creation.
And what is anuṣaṅgaḥ?
Anuṣaṅgaḥ is anuvritti. Anuvritti means that verb has to be brought down. That verb is understood. Anuṣaṅgaḥ means understood. Abhijayate iti anuṣaṅgaḥ. Abhijayate is understood. Just because that verb is not there doesn't mean we should be. Don't get up in shock. You just bring that verb down. Wherever you need the verb, you keep pasting it. That is the meaning of anuṣaṅgaḥ. Adhyaharaha, another word you find occasionally. Anuvrittihi, these are all the words in Sanskrit.
Okay. And like when we were saying Brahmaji, we like for Hiranyagarbha, but for Ishvara, like the Avyakta Ishvara, we always use either Shiva or Vishnu, Shivji or Vishnuji. But for Hiranyagarbha, we are associating with Brahmaji because he is basically the like prana of the universe.
Yeah, these are the names given. Yes, Puranas have given some names, and Vedas do not have some names that are given in the Puranas. If you study Puranas and Vedas, then you find what happened, and you don't find all the Devata names are all not given in the Vedas. So all those are new. New means Purana. After after Veda Vyasa wrote the Vedas, then he decided we need a little more color and variety, and then he must have created all the Devatas, I think.
Okay.
So,
And when we look at the Vyashṭi part, then essentially the Manomaya Kosha also includes all the Jnānendriyani. And similarly, the Pranamaya Kosha includes the Karmendriyani. So here, here when we are saying Manas, does it include the Panch Jnānendriyani? But here it's in Samashṭi. So I'm not sure in Samashṭi whether we have a notion of Indriyani or not. Because in Samashṭi we don't speak about that usually.
yeah. So the Indriyani is there in Vyashti, no doubt. But it must be there in Samashti, otherwise it can't come in Vyashti. You have to always keep this in mind, that if it must at least be there in an unmanifest state. But we have come out of unmanifest. So we are now in Sukshma Prapancha. So it is all in Sukshma state. Like that we have to assume. Right? And so only then you can have it in Vyashti also.
So in the in this Samashti sort of thing, in Sukshma, where will we put it in like in Manas or in Hiranyagarbha? Where do we first put the Jnānendriyani?
So you can put it anywhere. See if you look at this, yeah, Pranaha, Manaha. So you can put it anywhere. I mean, you have to look at the evolution of the sense organs vis-a-vis Manaha. Okay, vis-a-vis Manaha. So I have not seen anywhere that's within that how that evolution happens. I've not seen anywhere in the Shastram. I can check and find out. If there is an order there. There must be an order. Dheeraj, there must be an order in all these things. I don't want to downplay that. There must be an order, but I have not seen an order. I have not seen that mentioned. Generally, they talk about Sukshma Shariram, then we talk about all parts of the Sukshma Shariram. But how each entity evolves within itself, generally we don't look at. There must be an order somewhere. I'm sure there is an order. So based on that, we should assign the Jnānendriyani to either Pranaha or Manaha. I'll see if I find something, I'll let you know. Maybe Anandagiri or Maniprabha doesn't say it. I checked it. Anandagiri is also somewhat cryptic, so he may or may not have said it. But if I find out, I'll let you know.
Yeah, thank you. And here when we were talking about the Panchabhuta, which we were calling as Satyam, then these are the Sthula Panchabhuta or the Sukshma Panchabhuta.
Right. So as I mentioned in class, it is Sthula Panchabhutani. Because we are now getting into Sthula Prapancha. Okay. So from Manaha, even to have Manaha, you need Sukshma Panchabhutani. Even to have Pranaha, you need Sukshma Panchabhutani. So Sukshma Panchabhutani is there right in the beginning. In the beginning of Prana itself, you must put Sukshma Panchabhutani. Therefore, this Satyam has to be Sthula Panchabhutani.
Okay.
Right?
And yes. And when we say all the Manushas and Pranis, all these were created. And so you mentioned that they were created from their past karma. But let us say that someone has achieved moksha, right? So then all the sanskaras, all the sanchit karmas and all, they are all sort of vanished, right? So then those beings will not come into picture again, right? Because they have lost their separation from Brahman.
They have not separation from Brahman. They are no longer
Separated.
connected. Yeah, no longer connected. There is no karta. There is no owner for them. Owner has passed away. So then the money is there sitting in the bank, like that. So for that, Tattvabodhakara gives a beautiful explanation. He says, "Ye jnaninam nindanti, stuvanti." Those who praise the Nani will get the punya of the Jnani. Those who in the back behind him or her spoke ill about the Jnani, they will get the papam that the Jnani did. Like that, he says. So that might be, that's a reasonable explanation. Yeah.
I see. So. And so basically, like, are there any new Jivatmans who get created, or like whenever the new universe is born? So there are the previous, like from the previous lifetimes, we those people who haven't achieved moksha yet, they will get from their sanskaras, they will get a new body, and so but like new Jivatmans, I think, are never created, because whatever is going on is from Anadi. So that means that, let's say, one by one, let's say if everyone starts getting moksha, then once everyone achieves moksha, then there will be no Jivatmans left. So there'll be no one to sort of witness the jagat as separate from Brahman. So basically, then this cycle of creation of universe, sthiti and destruction, will that stop, or will it still continue to happen? Like once everyone gets moksha.
Good. I mean, yeah. First answer is yes, which is that when everybody gets moksha, then there is no jiva to be born. Brahma will become unemployed. Generally, we worry about our unemployment. Now we are talking about Brahmaji's unemployment. And so, yeah, we don't think such a state will arise. But it's theoretically it's possible. Theoretically it's possible.
No, but in Advaita, we always say that everyone is on the path to moksha. So, if not in this birth, then in next birth, or after 1,000 births, or after 140 births, sometimes or the other, everyone will get. Like for everyone, it might be a different time, but at some point of time, everyone will get moksha, right?
Yeah. So if you think time is satyam, which is wrong, then you are correct. Let me answer the question again. If you think time is satyam, which is what you are saying, sometime later, future, you're giving so much importance to time. And if you think time is satyam, then you are correct. So if you assume something that is wrong is correct, then you are correct.
As long as karma
Did I say it, Pavel?
as long as karma is there, karma pala has to be there. So concept of rebirth is always there.
If you assume dream is absolutely real, then what you say is correct. That's what I have to say. So it's all right. We are not worried if there are no jivas in this universe. But yeah, such a possibility is theoretically it's possible. It's possible. And it doesn't matter. For Brahman, it doesn't matter whether jivas are there or not. Brahman doesn't depend on jivas. We jivas are only worried about we jivas. The worry belongs to us, not to Brahman. So people in the dream world are worried. But the guy who wakes up says, what is this nonsense? I worried that the people in the dream got worried. And that's another mithya or mithya. People in the dream world were worried. And I'm worried about those people. This is a major drama that's going on. Drama within a drama. Thank you, Dheerajji. Good questions. Let's keep thinking along those lines. See what we come up with good answers. Yeah. Thank you. Ramuji, then Maheshji.
Regarding that beauty of Sanskrit language, Shankara says you will get lost. Shabdajalam Maharanyam Chitta Brahmana Karanam in Viveka Chudamani.
Isn't it?
And another thing is Brahmaji's creation. Our creation is simultaneous. But the other days, 7 days they took it to create and all.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Another point is in Mundaka or something, another Upanishad says, those who revel in the knowledge, they are more into the vijñānavattayā mantra something. They revel, sambudhi and asambudhi they talk, and they who are revel in the knowledge, they are getting into more darkness.
Yeah.
In Upanishad,
Right.
Mundaka, I think, or some other Upanishad, I don't know exactly. It says asambudhi and sambudhi, play of pun of words he is using in 4 slokas, 4 mantras.
Okay. Yeah, let me know what that mantra is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ramuji.
Yeah.
Maheshji.
I have 2 questions, Jagamaju. One, in the after Annat Prana, he's saying jagat sādhāraṇa, followed by avidya kama karma buddha samudaya vijñāngraḥ, right? And we said, so I'm continuing on what Dheeraj's question. So it says avidya kama karma buddha samudaya vijñāngraḥ. So everybody, because in the previous birth they did not become a jnani or did not get the jnana, so he carries the avidya with that person and born again. So the moment the avidya is gone, the rest is all gone. So is that right? So because that is avidya is one of the prerequisite for a birth to happen. Is that the way to interpret?
Yeah, it is. That is it. That's why it starts with avidya.
Yeah. So, I think in Kathopanishad, when we were talking, one said, why God creates people with avidya, ignorance. See, but this avidya refers to ignorance of self, right? Not the ignorance of the outward world. So that I think that's the way I understood, because he was asking when it will end, right? So that's one of the reasons. So once you have the avidya, then you are continuously born, depending upon your karma. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Is
correct.
that correct? Okay,
that's correct.
question. Okay, another question I have is on the next, the manaha. You said mana, ākhyam, saṅkalpādi. What is ākhyam? Ākhyam means called, named?
Called as, known as, named as. Yeah,
okay.
named as.
And then the next one, it says tataḥ api saṅkalpādi ātmakaḥ. Saṅkalpādi ātmakaḥ. Can you please explain that? I missed that.
Yeah, from that manaha, which is characterized by saṅkalpādi.
Oh, saṅkalpa, vikalpa, samshaya, etc. Okay. Okay, saṅkalpa. Okay. And then ātmakaḥ, okay, that we said whose essence is or whose nature is. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jayakumar.
Yeah, it'd be good for all of you to kind of try to translate it into English. Okay. That's a good exercise. I used to do that after the classes of the ashram. Sit and translate. And sometimes you find that it's some words you struggle around it because you don't know whether to put it in the beginning or end. And the sentences are very long. We have to figure out how to break the sentence. All that is a very good exercise. Yeah, Veera Narayanan. Then Ramoji.
Guruji, I was just responding to what Dheeraj ji was asking about. Where do you put the Jnanendriyas? In fact, I think in Sankhya Darshana, the process of creation, they bring in a concept of called as tanmatra. From the Sukshma Panchabhutani, the ability of the Akasha to hear sound is called as tanmatra. So they bring in that concept. So my thinking was that it should be all part of the prana. Because the manaha can come in only when there is an input. Sankalpa vikalpa can happen only when you have to decide on something. So unless you know, receive information, there's nothing you can decide.
Correct. No, Narayanji is correct. Narayanji is correct. So the Jnānendriyani is even more fundamental than mana.
Yeah. So that concept
Akasha.
of
The minute Akasha is there, Shabda Guna is there. So there is no Akasha without Shabda Guna. And therefore Shabda Guna has come. So the ability to grasp the Shabda Guna must be there. That's a good.
I think Sankhya gives the term tanmatra, I think, for that.
But tanmatras are for Vyashṭi, right? Like in Vyashṭi level, when we reach, then we talk about Pancha, the Sukshma Bhuta, Tanmatra, and everything, right? Or in Samashṭi also we can.
I mean, if it has to be in Vyashṭi, that has to be in Samashṭi also.
Because in Vyashṭi, like prana and karmendriyani, they come from the rajas part of the Sukshma Bhuta, and Jnānendriyani and Antakaran, they come from the this Sattva part, yeah.
Correct.
So there they club Manas, the Antakaran and Jnānendriyani together, I think. Because both of them come from the Sattva, when this prana will come from Rajas.
Yeah, so the question is, if you want to know which one came before, so you can say, because the minute Akasha comes, the Akasha Guna also comes along with it. So you can say Jnānendriyani or Abhijayante Manasaha Prak, before the mind. You can even say that. Because Manaha needs Jnānendriyani to process, otherwise mind is not needed. Thank you. Ramuji.
That reference to that greater darkness, it comes in Ishavasya 10 to 14 or something.
Okay.
Ishavasya 10 to 14. Andattami pravishandi, he bhutaha, something comes.
Okay. Ishavasya.
Reveling in greater darkness or blindness, it is.
Okay. Right.
Guruji, I have a question. How much importance do we really give to creation? Like creation ultimately, I mean, if it is all mithya, then these are all theories. Do we really need to know what sequence things have come and what order it is and things like that? Yes, we need to know, but do we need to go very much into detail which came first and all these like that, like really down to like the
So I mentioned this before in the beginning of the first few minutes. I mentioned this, and this is exactly what I was talking about, which is, if you have to know the details of creation to all the finest detail, then this Upanishad is not enough. It has to be a big text. Okay? And the fact that the Upanishad spends only 3 mantras here, at least in this section, to talk about Srishti or Srishti Prakriya, Prakaranam, okay, shows that there is something else that is more important than Srishti Prakriya. Okay, that is this, for the Brahmopadesha is there, is waiting for us. waiting for us to learn. And so, Srishti Prakriya is not, if I ask somebody, if I ask all of you, is Srishti Prakriya Paravidya or Aparavidya? What will you say?
Aparavidya only.
Yeah.
You have to say Aparavidya because it is not the knowledge of the self. Okay, Yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate.
We are missing the boat if we are trying to go so much into creation and concentrate so much.
And Mohiniji, and I also said that then why Srishti is mentioned then? If Srishti is Aparavidya, okay, why is it mentioned? Hey, Adhikaritvam is all from Aparavidya only. And all the karma we do is Aparavidya only. And therefore, the Shastram has to talk about Aparavidya. Okay? To show that what Aparavidya can give me is not moksha. And I have to therefore go to Paravidya. And the other purpose of Srishti is to show that Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanatvam of the Srishti.
So
then that idea.
Yeah, go ahead. The way we look at it is the creation is important because we are going from the known to the unknown. We know that creation is there, so there has to be a creator. That's the Nimitta Upadana Karanam.
No. Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. That is the key. Creator is there for creation, everybody talks about. That is okay. But when we talk about Srishti, we are talking about Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana Bhuta Srishti. Okay. That Abhinatvam is there. That is what helps me understand that Brahman not only is the creator but also the essence of the creation.
So he becomes the word, right?
Correct.
He himself becomes
That's
the
about
material
it.
God.
That is the only thing we really need to know. Need. The order, you asked the original question, which is order and so forth. Yeah, order and all, it doesn't matter. If I don't know how it is created, it's okay. I'm not, my sadhana is not going to be impacted. Not going to be impacted. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So Srishti is not the Tatparyam of Vedanta, in other words.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but I just wanted to know how much importance should we give.
Yeah.
Extending that thought, there are many other things which are not important. I mean, because like even the Karmakanda part of it, what we think about for internally how to change, many things which comes across, we see we go karma, for example, deep into that with the complexity of it, which we do not understand really. But with the rational mind, we go into such deepness in karmic thing also. Many times we have seen even in discussions and all that, right? It is aparavidya, like two birds theory. The lower bird is to be for the sake of reaching to the higher bird, right? So there are many things, just like the creation, they are helpful in one respect, but not really to go deep into those things. How my karma will affect it today, if I wanted to pinpoint, okay, because of that particular karma, it doesn't make sense, right, in that way.
Okay. That's why once we get into Vedanta, there are certain things that we were so keen about, we should slowly start giving up. Worrying about things that now have no relevance. Give up all those things. Yeah. Thank you, Prasad. Meera and then Ramuji.
Guruji, Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Samshaya, Nirnaya. What is the meaning of each word here? Samshaya is doubt. Sankalpa is decision making. Vikalpa is, what is the difference between Vikalpa and Samshaya?
Vikalpa is throwing more options. How about this? How about that? That's called Vikalpa. Choice. Yeah. Correct. Choice. More options.
Vikalpa leads to samshaya.
Then the samshaya. Correct. Vikalpa need not be doubt because samshaya is said. Samshaya is doubt. Therefore, Vikalpa should not be translated as doubt. Vikalpa is an alternate view.
So Vikalpa will lead to samshaya. What to do?
Vikalpa is an alternate view. So if I told you 3 options are there, can we have our Ramanavami program on this day or this day or this day? Now 3 options are there. Now debate will go on. And so Vikalpa is good, then Samshaya, doubt, then Nirnaya.
Okay. And Sankalpa Vikalpa is the mind, right? That is the nature.
The faculty of mind. So in our Shastram, that Manas and Buddhi, Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chittam, these are the 4 aspects of the mental faculty that we separate it into 4 parts. Sometimes 2 parts, sometimes 4 parts, depending on how detailed we want to go into. 2 parts means Manaha and Buddhi. Manaha is Sankalpa Vikalpa, and Buddhi is Nisyatmika Buddhi. So that which settles all doubts is called Buddhi.
So when we
So you can even say Mana, Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Samshaya is Manaha. You can say that. And Nirnaya is Buddhi. Because Tattva Nisyatmika Buddhi he said. He doesn't say Samshaya Nisyatmika Buddhi. He didn't say that. Correct?
Correct.
So to honor that, we should say only that last portion is Buddhi.
How do you distinguish between Icha and Sankalpa?
No, it depends on what is your definition of Sankalpa.
Sankalpa is translating Icha into action is Sankalpa? I mean, is that the way you can put it?
No, a formalized Icha is Sankalpa.
Formalized Icha.
A clear Icha is Sankalpa.
Okay.
Otherwise, Icha can be a fancy. Fancy means what? Something comes, it would be nice to do this. It would be nice to go. It would be nice to go to Jammu and Kashmir. For some people, it's only a dream. They can't go to Jammu and Kashmir from Tamil Nadu. Not possible. So then, Icha and then fancy evaporates. But Sankalpa means it is not an evaporatable Icha. Not a vanishable Icha.
Actually,
Because dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha. So kamaha. So the sankalpa is a done deal. It's just a matter of time before it gets executed. That is sankalpa. Thank you, Ramuji.
Regarding the importance of not giving importance to Srishti in the Vedanta, it is said that when it is only to subsist the curiosity of the inquirer, not to explain it. Once it is known that it is dream, no one is going to do the postmortem analysis of the dream or jump to save the damsel in distress in the dream.
Okay.
That's a point.
Right.
It's only to subsist the curiosity for the time being.
Good, yeah. Because creation has to be talked about.
Yeah.
Because the fact that I am now living, then how did I come about? Why did God create me like this? Why did He create suffering in the first place? All these questions will come. And so soon
it will act as a bugbear to learning. So they just explain something.
And also because Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. So Sarvam means Jagat. So Jagat is Brahma means that's a big thing. It's a very big thing. So you can't ignore creation. But once you understand it is Sabhina Nimitta Vivarta Upadana Karan, then over. Then it doesn't matter how the process and how did the sun, what is happening to helium and hydrogen in the sun, are there any other elements? Okay, you are welcome to figure out what it is. But we are not that concerned about it. Thank you. Prasadji.
Yeah, I just wanted to clear up on the earlier aspect with the Westians, Samashṭi, when you talk about, I don't know, when Dheeraj was talking about it, I don't see the difference because whether it is Vyashṭi or Samashṭi, in terms of the when you talk about these subtle elements and all that, I don't see the difference. So I don't know where that type of, because the sattvika aspect of the tanmatras actually gives the bhutas, and from there it goes on we talk about the srishti and all. But these three reflections of Samashṭi and three reflections of Vyashṭi, when it comes to the hierarchy, I don't see the difference. So is it because we are human, we only think about that mind which we perceive, that's why the difference? I don't see, is that correct or not?
So you're saying you don't see the difference between Vyashṭi and Samashṭi?
No. What I mean is when Dhiras talks about only these are applicable to Vyashṭi, like the way how these Jñānendriyas are formed and all that. So like Narayanji talked about, it is there in the Samashṭi also. So that difference should not be there between them. Because those are the three reflections, Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha and Vishwarupa, Tejasa and Prajna and Vishwa. So, I mean, in terms of formation, there should not be any difference. That's why I do not see like how they are formed differently from Vyashṭi and Samashṭi. Unless there is a theory which says otherwise, but I am taking it as so far, it is one and the same in terms of formation. Like he questioned, if I remember.
Yeah. Sukshma Shariram Kim, if you say, Apanchīkrita Pancha Mahabhūtai Kritam Satkarmajanyam Sukha Dukkha Bhoga Sadhanam
Karmendriyani, Jnanendriyani, Manaschaikam, Buddhischaivam, Saptadasa Kalabhihi Saha.
Tishtati Saha Tatit Sukshma Shariram. That's it. So, even in Samashṭi it is true.
Yeah.
Samashṭi, Sukha Preference also same definition only. Only difference is macrocosm, microcosm.
Correct. Yeah.
Causes have to be the same. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Already 10:25 here. So here there is a message from Maheshji. In the US, 42 tests are done for the fetus at week 6 to ascertain if there are any potential genetic disorders. It is routine, like that is. So there must be there's a lot going on here. It's routine. Genetic disorders. Okay, see that.
Yeah, done if there is suspicion, Jayakumarji. Basically, if you have suspicion of family, congenital disorders in the family, or things which are at high risk, for example, advanced maternal age is a risk for the fetus to have certain abnormalities. Different kinds of markers are done, like there can be serum markers, there can be markers from the amniocentesis or chorionic villus sampling, it can be ultrasound markers and things like that. Different things, but I mean, they are not indicated for normal and like regular pregnancies. But if you have suspicion, if you have a family history, if it is advanced age or anything like that, then you would do it. So it's not done randomly for everybody. So
very good. Very good. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.